And we're back.
We're back.
All right, so let me tell you about this protest that I went to the other day.
You went to a protest?
Yeah, I went to the International Climate Change protest, which I mean it happened all over the world, but in Santa Fe, it was in the freaking plaza, which only our Santa Fe viewers will know about, which is everyone. That's fine.
God, I hate fucking protests.
It was supposed to be a walkout, but our school's like, all right, we'll be the cool school, and turn into a field trip. I didn't realize that we were gonna have a field trip until like the day of, so I had to get verbal permission from my parents.
Whoops. Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Yeah, and like I didn't want to, I just wanted to not go to school, because like it was the day before spring break, and like the previous 2 days we had a snow day, which obviously that in itself deconfirms climate change.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, that's a story for another time.
that is a story for another time. But I was like, I don't really want to go to school. I think I'll go to the protest instead. So the school gathered everyone together, and took everyone on the freaking public bus to the plaza. And they're just like, at first we were supposed to like listen to speeches on the plaza, but I didn't do that. I went with some friends to get some ice cream instead.
Nice. Where'd you go? Haagen-Dazs?
I think
It's like the one at the corner of the plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's expensive, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was. I had $7 on me, and the milkshake I wanted cost $7.05. It sucked.
It cucked.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being poor, bitch.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Raking that YouTube dough, guys. Like, click on all our videos.
But buy Malcolm a milkshake.
Yeah.
I'll leave a GoFundMe in the description.
You should do that.
I could if you want. That would be funny.
I want to do that for my senior quote, though.
What?
Yeah, I want to make a GoFundMe for college and put the link to it as my senior quote.
Ultimate sellouts.
Yeah.
Want to join my free gift card giveaway?
Because, like, I'm trying to think of, like, an actually good, like, joke to have for my senior... Because, like, I don't want to do serious shit for my senior quote. Like, who cares? So, it may as well be a joke. And the only jokes I can think of that aren't lame are just the words bottom text. Or the GoFundMe. And I think I'm leaning towards the GoFundMe as of right now.
Link our YouTube channel. It's gonna be sick.
Oh, that would be sick. Airquotes quality content for some Airquotes quality content.
I think I'm gonna make mine. What are we? Some sort of Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck.
What do you mean, fuck?
Damn it.
Something just came up. We're gonna have to pause our podcast for a moment. We'll be back later.
Whoops. Okay.
So as I was saying, I was at the plaza.
Sorry, I was spazzing out a little there, guys.
Yeah. Savar went into one of his moods.
Just started beating the shit out of it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, he's physically abusive to me. Sometimes he just like has to take a break to beat the shit out of me.
That's what you gotta do.
So you're just like listening to speeches at the plaza for a while.
How many of them? How many of the speech makers?
I mean, they went to ice cream. I couldn't count all of them.
That's not my question. How many of them were like below 30?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get a good look at them.
Okay.
One guy tried to rap. One guy rapped. He rapped about climate change.
And then how the Earth's flat.
Yeah. And the joke I made at the time was, the reason his rapping was so bad was because if it was fire, it would be harming the environment. Because it'd be hot and global warming and stuff. It's very
See you guys
funny.
next episode. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're just going the wrong way, you know.
Sometimes you are just going the wrong way. But we weren't at the plaza when they told us to march on the roundhouse after all the speeches. So we did that, and they made it very clear that they wanted us to follow traffic laws.
Nice.
Yeah.
As all pedestrians always fucking do.
Yeah. Especially like 1,000 of them.
Yeah, and especially in Europe.
Yes, Santa Fe, Europe.
Malcolm, you're right. I think you're hurting a little.
Why would you say that?
Nothing in particular.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Bitch.
So, also it turns out like one of my friends that I was like hanging out with on there, used to date one of the student organizers. So they just like ran into each other on the street and like hugged. Naturally.
Would you have gone to the protest if it wasn't a field trip?
Probably not.
No, okay, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, not for the right reason, of course.
That's what I expected from you, Malcolm, and that's what you should do.
I mean, the reason I wouldn't have gone is because I don't like to walk out of school.
I'm too lazy to protest. I don't think I'm ever going to protest in my life. That's how much of a...
But what about gamers?
Oh, fuck. Gamers need to rise up. I need to protest.
They are the most oppressed group.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty depressing how much we're oppressed.
Yeah. More like pretty oppressing. It's pretty oppressing how much we're oppressed. Because you said depressing, that kind of sounds like oppressing. It's pretty sick.
Cool.
So we went to the Roundhouse. And instead of like barging in on session or something like an actual protest should do, we just kind of like stood in the middle. Oh yeah, the Roundhouse is the Capitol building, by the way, because Santa Fe is the capital of New Mexico, and the Capitol building is called the Roundhouse because it's a circular building. So they went to the middle of it on the ground floor, which is actually the second floor because fuck Santa Fe. Yeah, and I don't know. Everyone just kind of sat down in the middle, and they gave some more speeches. And then we all went home.
So wait, uninvited?
I mean, it's the Roundhouse. It's public access.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like, who fucking cares? No one ever shows up. And so, yeah, I mean, yeah, well, my friend group and I went up to the second floor to quote-unquote listen to the speech. We basically went up on the balcony and then also went back and, sat against the wall and just kind of chatted. But I saw one of my old friends, like, went to my school for just, like, a semester, but he was really cool. And I never really get to see him anymore, so I was really hyped to see him. But the thing is, he was hanging out with the person that I think I probably want to talk to the least out of anyone in the world.
Hitler? Monica?
No.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, if you want to know, I'll tell you, like, off camera.
Cool.
Yeah. But luckily, I managed to, go in and bro out with my dude while avoiding the person I didn't want to talk to.
Do I know this person?
You might know the sick person.
The sick person?
Yeah, the person I actually like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my story. I went home after that. Or I went back to school because the field trip ended. So they brought us back to school, and then I went home.
While that was happening, I was sick and watching K-On!
How many seasons of K-On! Are there?
There's 2. I'm just really slow at watching it.
Are you just trying to watch your anime as slow as possible so I can't recommend anything to you?
I'm just not... I just take a long time, because...
The episodes are all the same length! Are you just
know.
like watching it at half speed or something?
No, it's not like a long time. Like watching the episodes is a long time to finish the season. Because like, I usually just like when I do watch, I usually just like watch one episode or maybe two. But I was watching a lot. This is a sick show. And now I have 3 anime after this I want to watch.
What 3 anime are those?
Fuck, I haven't bookmarked. Here, let me pull it up. They're all like comedies slash stuff. How do I find the bookmarks on my phone? Settings.
By the way, he won't let me suggest anime to him. Like I have 4 anime that I really, really want him to watch, but he won't even let me like tell him what they are.
You told me it was like Steins Gate.
Yeah, Steins Gate. Assassination Classroom.
And then 2 bad ones.
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and then there's another one that I haven't told you about yet called Noragami, and it's really good. And you know, I think it has like 2 seasons, and it's supposed to have a 3rd, but it hasn't come out yet in like years.
Fucking no! Stop! No! I closed all tabs.
Nice.
I struggled to find my bookmarks.
Nice.
Fuck! Is it? Can I only act? Is it? Okay, I'll pull them up for next episode.
Cool.
But there's 3 anime I want to watch.
What are they?
That's fucking what I'm gonna pull up, you asshole.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the names. They're like weird Japanese shit.
Oh my fucking god.
One of them is like supernatural comedy. One of them is like a comedy supernatural.
Of course.
And then the other one. Oh, the other one I just found and watched because I really like the OP. So yeah. I'll pull them up. They all look pretty good and they're all pretty well rated.
Why don't you want to watch my anime so far?
Because I don't trust your tastes.
What do you mean you don't trust my taste?
You say Persona 5 shit. I'm like, nah, B.
It's bad.
There's some bad things about it. Like, I think the gameplay's pretty bad.
Yeah?
I think the villains are pretty bad.
Yeah?
Except for one, but I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them's really good, and I don't want to spoil who it is.
Okay.
That's pretty important. I think the characters are pretty alright.
I think they're pretty bad, honestly.
The voice actors are literally... I've never seen any form of media have such good voice actors. Like, the one for Ryuji's amazing, one for On's amazing, the one for Morgana's amazing, the one for Makoto's amazing, and then the one for Joker's amazing, and then the other ones are, like, pretty good.
Okay, so why does good voice acting justify 100 hours of garbage?
It's for, like, 50 hours of garbage.
It's a 90-hour game!
Yeah, with 50 hours of garbage. That's a good ratio right there.
I think you mean 90 hours of garbage.
Nah. I think it's pretty good. Okay, what's so bad about Persona 5?
It's hard to get invested in the characters, and the bad guys, like you say, they're garbage, and the battle system in particular is just awful.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I hate the way it approaches RPGs. Like it.
It's definitely repetitive, and I think they need more mechanics to make it more interesting.
Just like the baton pass and like the once again in particular, just make the game like piss easy. And that I think they're like inherently bad mechanics.
I like baton passing. One more. I think those are like good ways to make the weekends more like desirable.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they're too desirable because you just get them and you win the fight, and if you don't get them, you like blast through half your SP, which you desperately need because SP is the only way to realistically win a fight.
Yeah, but you have to be like resourceful and stuff.
No, you don't have to be resourceful. You just do the same thing each time.
Well, not if you're fighting different enemies.
It's the same formula. Ryuji is lightning and Yusuke is ice and An is fire and Morgana is wind and Joker is every. Oh yeah, also Joker is just like
He's OP as fuck, yeah.
yeah. Why do the other characters even exist except to heal?
Yeah. Honestly, the best. You really want support characters just to buff up Joker.
Yeah, it's it's really hard to defend the battle system of Persona 5.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. It's also not the worst. Considering it's an RPG, you have to cut it some slack.
No, RPGs are good.
But nah, usually the weakest part of RPGs is the combat.
I don't know if I would say usually, but I would definitely say in some cases yes, and in a lot of cases no. Like, my two favorite video games of all time are RPGs, and I would say they both have very enjoyable combat.
Which ones are they?
Thousand Year Door and Dragon Quest VIII.
Thousand Year Door is not that fun, dude. You just time it.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
I guess. I think it's alright combat. I don't know anything about Dragon Quest because it sucks.
Well, it doesn't suck, but for Thousand Year Door, like, the thing that people like don't give enough credit for is like stylishes, which it's just like another action command in the middle of a move, which it gives you a benefit. It's not a huge benefit, so you don't like have to do it, but it's kind of like fun to do if you master the action command. You're like, all right, I'll see if I can make it like a little harder on myself to do for a little fun. There's also a badge you can use called on Simplifier, which makes action commands harder, but it also gives you more audience rewards, which the audience is also an amazing system.
The audience? What do they do?
They like give you star power, which lets you use your ultra moves, and they'll sometimes like affect the stage. Like they'll throw items which are good, and other crap which is bad. And like Shy Guys in particular will like mess with the stage so that weird things happen. It's really cool. It's a good system, and it's also integrated into some battles, so it's rad. Thousand Year Door is rad.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a strange RPG because the story fucking sucks, and that's usually the best part of RPGs.
I mean, the story itself sucks, but the story is just kind of a vessel for the characters, and the characters are really good, so it's fine.
Yeah, Mario always has the best characters.
It does. Thousand Year Door has really good characters.
Sure.
Yes! They're hella good characters in Thousand Year Door.
Like, their designs or their personalities?
Both.
Press X to doubt.
Well, what do you think is bad about, like, I don't know, Lord Crump's personality? He's just hilarious.
It's not a personality.
He does have a personality, and his personality happens to be hilarious. His personality is not that he is hilarious, but he has an established personality, and it is hilarious.
Cool.
Thousand Year Door has good characters. Dragon Quest VIII has good characters. Dragon Quest VIII also has hella good. Well, not its overarching story is pretty simple, but it's also got a lot of like really good smaller stories, and a lot of character development.
Sure.
I think in a lot of cases, it's really hard to do like actually good overarching stories.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's harder to make side stories.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, you're trying to make it not... It's hard to measure the importance. Well, main story, you can do whatever you fucking want. could either make it really important or not really important.
I'm not sure quite what you mean.
Okay, so a main story for Danganronpa is like Monokuma's fucking shit up.
Mm-hmm.
A side story is like how I'm understanding it, is like a relationship between two characters.
Yes, but like in Danganronpa in particular, the main story is obviously more important than like the side quests.
Yeah, it's almost always this. So like, I think it's hard to write the relationship between the characters than the actual story.
But that's not the only thing a side quest can be. Or like a side story can be.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah. But, you know, again, using like Dragon Quest VIII for an example, because I think that's an example of a game that has like a mediocre to bad overarching story, but a really good sides, like really good like side quest shit. Like, you know, throughout the first part of the game, you're just going from like town to town, and you know, they have their shit fucked up by the main bad guy, but they also have their shit fucked up by other scenarios, and you're trying to help the town get unfucked while also chasing down the bad guy. So, you know, I wouldn't call unfucking the town part of the main story, because you can just kind of like leave it out of the synopsis as you chase down bad guy. But, you know, it's the stories themselves, like within the town, you know, it's really deep, and like you just meet these characters, but then, you know, they're all really fleshed out and have like deep engaging backstories and personalities.
Sounds a lot like Fire Emblem, to be honest.
What?
Yeah. Fire Emblem has a lot of side stories, I think.
I can't imagine how it would, since permadeath is a thing. I'm pretty sure Fire Emblem is kind of like Danganronpa, where it's just mostly like character interactions. But unlike Danganronpa, the main story doesn't matter that much either.
I'm not sure. It sounds a lot like Fire Emblem, where you're just going through towns and unfucking things.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the overarching story, which is why I think it's like not super great, because it's pretty samey. But what separates it is that the particular unfuckings are very, very good.
Cool.
Is that the end of the episode?
No.
It's not the end of the episode. All right, they're gonna have to drop something more on us then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about an actual good thing that exists. Not
Dragon
these
Quest
shitty
VIII?
RPGs.
God damn it.
I want to talk about Kirby Reanimate.
Have you been watching that?
You've seen it?
I've seen 3 episodes, and I want to watch the whole thing.
Wait, there's 3 episodes? I thought there was
What?
only 1.
No, there are like a lot of episodes.
Since when?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
It's an anime. It's not a movie.
I know, I thought there was only 1 episode.
No.
Okay, are we talking about the same thing? So in the
Kirby right back at you.
No, I think we're talking about different things. Have
What
you
the
seen
fuck?
the thing where like someone hires DDD to make an animation?
Is this like a YouTube thing?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about the official Kirby anime.
Okay. Okay, so we got talking about different. Goddamn it, Malcolm.
What do you mean, goddamn Malcolm? You're talking about the Kirby anime, and I thought you meant the actual Kirby anime.
I said reanimate, you bitch.
Oh.
God damn it. Kirby Reanimate is this project done by animators. They basically made an episode of Kirby where like every 5 seconds, way less, like every 2 seconds, they change animators. It's fucking cool as shit. You should all Google it. Kirby Reanimate.
Didn't they also do that with Shrek?
Did they?
Well, I mean, it was more than like 2 seconds, but I think MapHat was talking about it on a recent episode of Film Theory.
Maybe they did. They're doing one for Zelda soon. That's gonna be a treat.
Cool.
Yeah, the Kirby Animate's fucking hilarious. First of all, it's like really cool because the animations are good. It's also pretty funny because some of the styles are really funny. There's like one who drew DDD as a JoJo. Me put that on screen right now. It's so fucking good. And then there's this one person made like this weird sexy anime rendition of one of the characters in the animation. Me put that on screen, and then I followed them on Twitter because they deserve it. It was really funny. Have you heard of the character Tiff?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's an anime character.
Yeah, they made her sexy.
God, she's like a kid.
I know, it's funny. Good episode. It was pretty funny.
Okay, I was talking with a friend recently. I forget what the context was, but it came up that she doesn't think Meta Knight is badass. Which, I don't get it, because, like, the way she said it is, like, she didn't think Meta Knight was supposed to be badass. Well, I think Meta Knight was absolutely supposed to be badass. What do you think?
Yeah, not as bad as his DDD.
What are you talking about?
He's so chonky. He has a giant hammer. How's that not badass?
He's a fucking penguin, dude. Like, yeah, penguin, like, hammers are badass, but they're also kind of just goofy.
Yeah, Meta Knight's just a ball of shit.
Yeah, but he's way cooler. He has a cool personality. DD has a goofball personality.
Nah, he doesn't.
Why are you like this, Savar?
I'm just saying what everyone's thinking, to be honest.
No!
Yes.
You're saying what no one's thinking.
But, like, have you seen DDD's Final Smash? Like, he shoots fucking rockets, while just Meta Knight's is just like, ha, I have sword. Taste my blade, fool.
No, Meta Knight's badass. Have you even freaking, like, watched a playthrough of Meta Knight's Revenge?
No. This Kirby sucks.
It's badass. What are you talking about?
I don't like Kirby games.
Oh my god.
They're fucking stupid, dude.
No, they're cool.
How?
Kirby lore is rad. Kirby games are fun.
The lore's pretty cool. I like the characters. But, like, it's... I don't think it's that fun, to be honest.
No, it's fun.
You just jump a lot, press B a lot, suck things a lot. I love sucking things, so, like, come on.
I mean, it's easy, but it's also really fun.
Why?
Because you're just, like, blasting through the shit that's in your way. You're like, alright, here's the thing. I know I have the tools to do this. And, you know, you can pick your tools. You're looking, oh, can I... Like, this is the tool of choice I'm using to blast through this shit. I wonder if this shit is another tool I can use.
It's basically Persona 5.
No. Well, except the games aren't 100 hours long, and they're actually, like, the story's worth a damn.
What do you mean? The story worth so many dams in Persona.
Sure.
Sure.
Whatever you say, boss.
I cried so much when I found out that teacher was depressed or some shit. And I really cared.
Yeah, also Persona 5 makes me uncomfortable a lot.
Yeah. All the characters are weird.
Yeah, and there are very few that I can actually feel sympathy for.
Yeah. They're likely gone. I can't feel any sympathy for her. She's kind of just basic bitch.
Like, I like Ryuji, but I'm also 90% positive the only reason I like Ryuji is because he reminds me of Leon from Danganronpa. I think Sojiro's a pretty good character, but he's also kind of an asshole, so it's still hard to feel sympathy for him. I like Hifumi just because I like chess.
She's playing Soji. Also, I'm playing Soji now.
Soji?
Or Shoji.
Shogi.
Shogi, yeah. That's what I can call it.
Alright, yeah, teach me the rules.
basically it's like chess,
Well, I mean, teach me the rules off camera.
but like all of your pieces are as immobile as shit.
Oh, so it's worse chess.
Yeah, I'm playing it anyways because I'm weeb. It's like kind of fun, but I think chess is just better.
Yeah, chess is really, really good.
Yeah, like the most mobile piece you have is the rook, and then you have a bishop, and then all of your other pieces are like immobile as shit.
Like how immobile?
Like the next most mobile one is like the king.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Then you have a knight. Who, they can't go backwards, and they can only go 2 places. They go up 3, and then either left 1 or right 1.
Jesus.
You already hate this game, huh?
Yeah.
It's great though. Also, it has those rules that whenever you take a piece, you can place it.
So it's just fucking crazy house.
Yeah, crazy house.
Yeah.
With immobile pieces.
Okay, I think I'll stick to chess.
Yeah. Also, there's dumb promoting. Like, if you get one of your pieces to like the back 3 lines of your other,
Back 3 lines?
yeah, you just become like a slightly better piece. Which I think I like it actually more.
Yeah, I think pawn promoting in normal chess kind of could be bad. Actually, honestly, it's kind of difficult to point to how to make chess better. A thing a lot of people say is give the queen a knight move, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
She'll be way more OP.
Okay, like, if you give the queen a knight move, she can hit every single square in a 2 square radius around her. That's fucking insane. That's not okay. She can checkmate a king on her own.
That's sick.
If she has support, she can just checkmate a king in the middle of the board. That's bullshit. It's fucking stupid.
But have you considered that all women are queen?
That's in the episode.
Bye.